Hi and welcome to video number 9. We're going to be talking about pinning posts in the Facebook timeline. So pinning a post is very easy to do. All you need to do is create a post and then click on the top right hand corner of that post and then click pin to top. Now before you pin a post, you want to make sure that the post that you're about to pin follow these guidelines because there are certain things involved that you want to make sure that you follow before you actually post, pin a post. So pinning a post, it allows you to pin a feature update. You can, for example, do a product launch and pin that. You can pin a product update, and then any type of post that you pin will stay up on the top of your Facebook timeline for about 7 days. So you obviously want to make sure that whatever post that you pin up there is something of value and is something that will get a lot of likes and comments. You don't want to pin up just about any post because it can hurt your Facebook Edge rank, which is the algorithm which Facebook uses to, you know, take your post and put it on other people's walls. So I'll talk more about that in just a minute. So think before you post. What I want to do now is give you examples of posts that you should focus on and try to stick with these because these tend to get higher clicks or likes and comments. Whether you're an offline business or an online business, testimonials from other customers is social proof. So if you can get a testimonial from another customer and post it and then pin it, then you can really find people who are on the fence about buying your product or service or picking up that phone call or taking some sort of call to action and are reluctant to doing so. But when they see that testimonial that talks directly to them, then you have yourself a closing deal. Another thing you can do is pin an engaging video or a picture or a contest, an offer, or something of value. Anytime you pin a post, think before you pin it and think, okay, what kind of value am I providing? Is this something of funny, or is it showing your personality? Is it engaging enough that people will want to like it and comment on it? So never just put up a regular post on the top. Make sure that you post something of value. And examples include, let's say for example that you're a fan of a store or an accountant, a tax accountant Facebook page timeline, and they put a tip up there during tax season that helps you file or helps you save some money and so forth, that you would regularly pay a CPA to answer those questions. Well, guess what? If you post a question, a question that people have problems with in terms of their taxes, in terms of their business, and so forth, and you hit the nail on the head and people are thinking the same thing, then guess what? People are going to respond. Questions are really good because you get responses. A question that leaves something that people have to answer, it's an unanswered question, then that really opens up the conversation and creates more likes, creates more comments, and engages your community that you're creating to communicate with each other. So that's kind of what your goal is. If it's just a post that really cannot generate a lot of likes and comments, do not post or do not put the post up and pin it. You can put the post up possibly, but you don't want to pin it. So pinning is basically like emailing your lists. So email them of something of value. So never put out a regular post on the top. I briefly touched base on this. Remember, Facebook EdgeRank is the algorithm that Facebook uses to rank how your posts appear on other people's pages. And the average life of a post on Facebook is about 4 hours. So you want to make sure that you utilize those hours and really take the time to get as many likes and many comments as you can. So if you pin posts that are not going to get a whole lot of likes and comments, then say goodbye to your EdgeRank. EdgeRank, like I said, it's the algorithm to ranking your posts and seeing whether it shows up in people's feeds. EdgeRank is sort of similar to Google's algorithm in terms of ranking, search engine, websites and things like that. Facebook's algorithm in this case is EdgeRank, which in terms of ranking. So no one really exactly knows what the EdgeRank entails, but you know what Facebook's goal is, which is to provide a good experience and quality experience. Now, how do you know if a post has a good experience? That is, if some posts get a lot of shares, they get a lot of likes, they get a lot of comments. So that tells Facebook, hey, this specific post is being recommended by a lot of people. It must be famous. Now, obviously, there are ways to gain the system and spam the system and gain it so that you can get a lot of likes and comments. But I'm sure Facebook has a lot of things in their algorithm to detect that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure you do everything ethically and naturally. So make sure you think before you post. Here's some recommendations. Post a question or something thought-provoking. I know I talked about questions earlier, but thought-provoking, don't just post a question. Post some question that is thought-provoking. Something that people can relate to. In other words, unless somebody can relate to your posts, they most likely will not like or comment on it. So keep that in mind. And you see this even in your friend pages or your personal pages. You'll notice that every time you make a post or comment or status update, most people don't comment on it unless they're really your close friends. But if you start posting like motivational quotes or questions or something thought-provoking that impacts them, that impacts in their daily lives, that they can relate to, that they're dealing with, it's a problem that they're facing and this and that, then guess what? You're going to get a lot of likes and comments on it. So put something thought-provoking. Make sure you think before you post. It's kind of like the saying, make sure you think before you speak. So if people feel passionate about what you're posting, they will respond. Another recommendation is this, and I've found this to work fairly well, is to create a viral video about your product. And as you know, and as you can see, I am a fan of Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com, you pay somebody $5, they're going to do something for you. And under the video section, a lot of times you'll find people who are willing to do stuff like scream loudly and hold your website, hold a short message, your company name, your slogan, and so forth, and get people to do this for $5. So create a viral video on your product. Make sure that it's funny. Make sure that it follows the guidelines we talked about. Could be controversial, could be a thought-provoking question, but make sure that the audience that you are creating this for is really your audience. So in other words, make sure you know your audience, the demographics. Are they, really teenagers, or are they college students, or are they graduates, are they a certain age group, and do they have kids, or if they have kids, maybe get a kid of a certain age who's saying something to your audience and so forth. So you need to really be creative here and think about who your audience is before you create any type of viral video or viral post. Your audience is key. I know a lot of times people will just go ahead and start talking about their products and services, not realizing who their audience is. And if you know the demographics of your audience and how they think and how they tick, then guess what? It'll make life a lot easier for you.